Struggling dad fixes stranger's bike. She's the heir to a woman billionaire. Searching for real people, Tyler Brooks was no stranger to hard days. Ever since his wife passed away 3 years ago, he'd been doing everything he could to keep a roof over his daughter Lily's head. Between part-time work at the local hardware store and odd handyman gigs, he barely scraped by. But he never complained. His calloused hands, sun-worn skin, and quiet patience were all part of a life built on doing what mattered most, being a good father. One sweltering summer afternoon, Tyler was walking Lily home from school when he saw a young woman on the side of the road, crouched next to a fancy mountain bike. The front tire was bent, the chain dangled loose, and frustration was etched all over her face. "Need a hand?" Tyler asked, adjusting the old backpack slung over his shoulder. The woman stood up, brushing her windswept hair from her face. She wore designer sunglasses, but the grime on her knees suggested she wasn't afraid to get her hands dirty. "I've tried everything," she sighed. "Chains off, rims warped. I don't even know what I hit." Tyler knelt beside the bike without another word. Lily sat cross-legged nearby, watching her dad work like she always did. He tugged the chain free, checked the gears, and used a wrench from his backpack to straighten the rim as best he could. Within 10 minutes, the bike was rideable again. "You didn't have to do that," the woman said, surprised by the quiet kindness. "I couldn't walk past someone stranded. Besides, my daughter's getting a lesson on helping others." He smiled, nodding at Lily. The woman crouched next to Lily. "That's your dad?" Lily beamed. "Yup. He can fix anything." The woman laughed. "He sure can." As she stood to leave, she looked Tyler up and down. His clothes were clean but worn. The holes in his shoes had been carefully patched. He didn't seem to care that she wore a watch worth more than his truck. He hadn't asked for a name, money, or even thanks. That intrigued her more than anything. "I'm Jules," she finally said. Actually, Juliana Monroe. The name didn't register with Tyler, but it should have. Juliana Monroe was the only daughter of Valerie Monroe, one of the wealthiest and most powerful female billionaires in the country. Real estate, tech, fashion. Valerie had her hand in it all. But Juliana had grown tired of luxury and lies. She'd been traveling incognito for weeks, searching for real people. People who didn't want her for her name. "I appreciate what you did," she added. "More than you know." Tyler shrugged, gently wiping his hands with an old rag. "Just a bike. Just being decent." Juliana gave him a long look, then rode off. 3 days later, Tyler was stacking shelves at the hardware store when a black SUV pulled up. A woman in a pristine cream suit stepped out, older, elegant, and commanding. Valerie Monroe. She walked into the store like she owned it, because, as it turned out, she had just bought it. "I'm looking for Tyler Brooks," she said aloud. Everyone froze. Tyler stepped forward, unsure if he was about to be fired or recruited. "I'm Valerie Monroe," she said, offering a hand. "My daughter told me about you. Said you were the first person she met who didn't care who she was or what she had. Just a decent man doing the right thing." "I just fixed her bike," Tyler said, confused. "Exactly," Valerie replied with a smile. "That's the kind of person I want around my daughter and in my company." A week later, Tyler stood in front of a brand new house, gifted to him by the Monroe Foundation. Lily had a room filled with books and sunshine. Tyler had a job offer, managing a non-profit repair program funded by Valerie's empire, fixing bikes, tools, and homes for low-income families. But more than all of that, Juliana kept visiting, not with limos or guards, but with coffee, laughter, and long walks with Tyler and Lily. She wasn't just searching for real people anymore. She had found them, and she wasn't letting go. Juliana couldn't stop thinking about Tyler Brooks. She'd traveled through cities, small towns, and even back roads across the country, trying to find authenticity. Most people had either fawned over her status or tried to impress her. But Tyler, he didn't ask where she came from. He didn't try to sell himself or gain favor. He just fixed a bike and smiled at his daughter like she was his entire world. That kind of humility was rare, especially in the world she was born into. Weeks passed. Tyler started managing the community tool and repair program funded by Valerie Monroe's foundation. The project was headquartered in a renovated firehouse downtown. There, Tyler taught young people basic skills: how to fix a sink, repair a bike, change a flat tire. Lily came after school every day, sometimes helping sweep or read next to his workbench. Juliana visited often, but never in heels or makeup. She wore jeans, tied her hair back, and brought sandwiches from the corner deli. No press, no photographers, just Jules. "Is this really your life now?" Tyler asked her one day, over coffee on the firehouse steps. She looked up at the sky. "It's the first time it's felt like mine." Whispers and questions, word started spreading in the small town that the woman showing up to the firehouse was the heir to a billion-dollar empire. That the guy with the toolbox and duct-taped boots was somehow involved. Tyler ignored the gossip, but Juliana didn't. One day she showed up looking shaken. "My mother's board wants me to come home. They're pressuring her. They think I've gone, ... off script." "You did kind of disappear," Tyler said with a small grin. "I don't want to go back to that life, not without knowing I'm doing something meaningful, something real." Tyler looked at her, "Then build something here. You've got the name, but now you've also got the purpose." Her eyes welled up. "Would you stay if I did?" He didn't answer right away. Instead, he glanced inside, where Lily was painting a birdhouse. "My daughter's smiling more, sleeping better. I'd say we've already stayed." The project becomes a movement with Juliana's backing and Tyler's grounded leadership. The Hands-on Hope initiative expanded quickly. What started as a repair shop became a job training program, then a mobile workshop that toured rural areas offering free repairs and classes. Valerie Monroe herself visited for the ribbon cutting of the second location. "I thought I raised a daughter who wanted to change the world through business," Valerie said in her speech. "Turns out, she's doing it through kindness, and a man with calloused hands and a heart as big as any balance sheet." The crowd erupted in applause. A proposal without diamonds and Lily's birthday. They threw a small party at the firehouse: balloons, cupcakes, and lots of mismatched chairs. Juliana brought her homemade lasagna, and Tyler grilled hot dogs outside. After everyone left, Tyler was sweeping the floor when Juliana handed him a small, neatly folded paper. "What's this?" he asked. "My mother always said I needed a real partner before she gave me any real power in the company. I used to think that meant a CEO or someone with an MBA." He opened the note. It read, "Will you help me build a life from the ground up?" Julesy looked up. She was standing there, no makeup, grease on her shirt from moving folding tables, and eyes full of hope. "Is this your way of proposing?" he teased. She laughed. "There's no ring, just a lifetime of love, messes, and maybe a few more broken bikes." Tyler stepped closer. "That's the only kind of proposal I'd ever say yes to." A year later, the three of them stood together on the porch of a house they built with their own hands. Tyler, Juliana, and Lily. No paparazzi, no headlines, just family. And every once in a while, a stranger's broken bike still showed up on their front lawn because word had gotten around. The man who fixed things had married the woman who could afford anything, and together they chose to fix what mattered.